Hey everyone, it's me, your girl Icy, and today, this week, we are going to unbox the brand new Monster High and Wednesday collaboration doll Morticia Addams. And this doll is a long awaited doll because it's just logical for Monster High if they have all the other characters already made as Monster High characters that Morticia was the next logical thing to do as a Monster High doll. And I am very, very excited to unbox this Morticia doll because I'm a huge fan of Morticia. I am excited if she has the big sister body or not because I think she has. Um, I'm going to take a doll that is within reach and compare her later. But now we are going to go over Morticia's box. And as you can see, up here it's see-through and the entire front is also see-through. We can see that Morticia is in the house of season 2 and it is already redesigned. Um, she's in front of a couch with cushions and the room even more in the background. And on the bottom it says Monster High X Wednesday Morticia Addams, and the sides are black and say Monster High X Wednesday. On the other side, we have a picture of Morticia herself, and on the back, we have a bit few things written in English and in French. And I'm going to read to you what there is written. If you don't want to read it, you can skip this part or you can pause and read it for yourself. But I'm going to read it out for you. So, Morticia's morbid musings. Like me, Wednesday has a lethal touch for mystery and body disposal. Writing runs in our bloodline. After all, as a matter of fact, I've just published my 28th novel, a chilling tale of intrigue and passion. To me, writing is like dancing the tango, best enjoyed with a thorny rose between your teeth. And every writer needs a room of one's own. The more haunted, the better. There's nothing like spilling black ink on a page and catching the faint whiff of a despair scented candle to get the words flowing. And that basically pretty much sums Morticia up as a person because that's how she writes and that's how she kinda is portrayed in the Netflix Wednesday series. I just want to mention that I bought this doll on my own. I did not pay I did not get it sent for free or anything. I paid for this doll with my own money, so I have my opinion however the fuck I want. And if there's something that I want to be annoyed about, I can because I paid for her with my own money. Okay, but that out of the way, I'm going to unbox her and I see you in a minute so that we can have a closer look at everything that she comes with, even though it's not that much. So give me a second. Okay, so I did finally get Morticia out of her box. And I definitely have to say that she comes with the new and updated saddle stand. And with that saddle stand, the dolls usually sit a lot better on those stands, and her legs can be held as well. And on the bottom of the stand, we are having the standard Monster High Wednesday logo, and the stand is also tilted forward because of her dress. Right now, Morticia is standing on a basic Monster High stand for a height comparison so that we can see how tall she really is. Because I just want to compare her height at first. And for a real height comparison, I'm going to take the Venus that I unboxed recently. And I'm going to put her right next to Morticia. And as you can see, Morticia is definitely taller, so she is having the big sister body, which means she is taller than other ghouls as well. Okay, so now that we have the height comparison, I'm going to try to attempt on putting her onto the saddle stand because of her dress because it just does not look very well on a basic stand. So I'm going to put her on the basic saddle stand. Okay, I actually got her pretty easy on the saddle stand, and she's actually sitting pretty sturdy on there. Um, and I think it's best if we start to go over Morticia, and we start with her face because her face has a few cute details. The first detail that I want to talk about is her makeup because she is having such a gorgeous dark shade of purple, which reminds me of the Nevermore school uniforms because they have a similar purple um, color as well. And then we are having her blush on her cheeks, which is very, very slight, but it is still noticeable. Well, it's not as noticeable as it is in real for me. On camera, it looks a bit more um, fainted, but it's actually noticeable in real life. Her lips are having this dark brown color, and I actually love that color on Morticia. It makes her look a lot more pale, even though she is already pretty pale, but I just love her for that anyways. Then the next big thing I want to talk is her eyes, because not only do we have the letters M and A in her irises, we also can see that her um but over her eye color, which is a dark brown, she is having spider webs in her eyes. So we have a lot of details in her eyes, and I think that it makes her interesting to look at close. From afar, you cannot see it very much. It just um, gives her a bit more realistic look of her um, eye color. If you look from her at far away, then I really think it just looks like her eye color is a bit more realistic. Um, because we as humans have those lines in our eyes, and you can only see her spider webs if you zoom in pretty close on her. Um, the next thing I want to talk about are her earrings, because they are dangly earrings with a pearl triangle on top and a black stone also in triangle shape at the bottom. She's not wearing any necklaces, but I don't think she needs one. She looks elegant enough with only the earrings. The next thing is her hair. Her hair, thank God, is saran. Also, I'm just noticing how great Morticia's side profile looks. Look at this side profile. It looks so gorgeous, in my opinion. It looks so cute. Okay, but that was not the point. The point is her hair, and her hair is actually super long. It goes at least to her calves in length. So it is super long, super straight, and after I gave her a good boil wash, it will sit entirely straight as it is in the series because it just looks so beautiful. Next up is her dress, and for her dress, I'm going to get a bit lower. Her dress is a black velvet um, color, and it is velvety. It has nothing inside in the bell shaped, or is it called bat shaped sleeves? Anyways, it's long sleeves, and her hands can look out from there. She is wearing rings, and I'm going to show you the rings in detail and also the hands. She has painted nails, and she is wearing this ring on one side with, I think it could be the Addams family logo, or it could be a little skullet. I'm not sure. And the quality of my phone is not the best, so we can just assume that it probably is some sort of um it's either an A for Adams or it's a little Scolette. And on her other hand, she's also wearing a ring, but this time the ring is having a big black stone in the middle, and it is like rectangular shaped, but it is, I think, supposed to be the same stone as on her earrings. And if we go lower on her dress, we can actually see that her dress is having two layers at the bottom. First off, we are having the velvet layer, and then we have a satin red layer as a bit of a wow moment. So we are having two layers at the bottom of her dress, and the dress goes out pretty far. And that's where the saddle stand comes in handy, because you definitely can open the dress up and give her legs a very cute pose. But for now, I'm not doing that because we still have to look at something else, which are her shoes. And from the front, you can see that her shoes are supposed to look very plain and simple. But then at the back, we have object heels, and on one side, we can see the red heart with veins, which we saw in season 2, where she did have the little fight sequence with Wednesday, and Wednesday had a white heart, and Morticia is having a red heart. And on the other shoe, we can see a Venus flytrap, which is one of her pets, and which one she is feeding all the time, because we can see that also in the season. Yes, it's object heels, but I think it's actually very interesting looking object heels. And now I have to turn her legs again, that they don't look too weird. But yeah, that are her object heels. You almost cannot see the object if her feet are like this. Yeah, and that's basically all it about Morticia Addams, because she is more of a presence in full glam if we have her like posed. But I think I'm going to pose her and give you then my final thoughts on her. Okay, so I did gave her a very, very straightforward posing, and I think I'm going to display her like that. So yeah, in my opinion, Morticia is a great addition for if you are anyways already collecting the Monster High Wednesday series overall. For me, Morticia definitely was a buy, because she looked great in the stock photos, and she basically looks exactly the same in person. I am very happy that we got her, that I can pose her together with my Wednesday doll. So in that case, I don't need to buy the Scollector, Wednesday, and Morticia 2-pack, because now I have them a lot cheaper. And I still now have a Wednesday and a Morticia doll. But still, if you are a fan of the Addams family overall, and if you are a fan of Morticia Addams and the Wednesday Netflix series, you definitely should get her. Morticia is just, yes, you could say she's a bit boring because she's not having a lot of details, but you have to admit that that's what Morticia is. She is elegant, and you don't need a lot of stuff if you are elegant. And that's what this Morticia is giving me. She is giving elegant and slightly spooky and still mysterious, and that's what makes this doll so intricate and so interesting to me. So if you want to buy her, you definitely should buy her in Germany. This Morticia, I got her on sale for don't let me lie, 43 euros, and she's actually supposed to be 55 euros. So I got her a bit cheaper. Um, yeah. So if you want her, you should definitely get her because I love her very much and I am very happy with her, with everything. I'm even happy with the stand. Like, she is pretty stable on the stand. Sure, she's a bit wobbly, but the newer settle stand is definitely more secure than the older settle stands. And yeah, if you want to tell me if you get her or if you don't get her, tell me why you do not want to get her. That would be very interesting to know. And when you're scrolling down and you go past by the subscribe and the like button, I would be very happy if you subscribe to my channel, because that would help me out a lot. And with every like, I see that you guys love my unboxings and that you want more of them. Okay, so well, then that's it for today's videos, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!